In today's video, we're going to be looking at the BlueBrixx Garage/Workshop set. This video is not sponsored in any way. I purchased this set with my own money. I actually purchased it through the holidays, early December, and got 40% off of my order. I also ordered another set, but that's going to be in a separate video. But for now, let's take a look at the workshop or garage, or whatever you want to call it. It just says, I think it's garage/workshop on the website. But I think this is a really fun set. Maybe a bit repetitive to build, the entire structure of it, and maybe a little more fun to do the, fine details and decoration. Just like any other BlueBrixx set I've ordered, the instructions are digital, so I pulled it up on my laptop and then built along on a table. The bags are not numbered. They're actually bagged by part type. So I generally just end up opening up the bags, dumping them out in their own piles. And that works well enough to get the thing built. The only caveat there is you're going to need a lot of table space to spread out all the parts. I like to build at my computer desk sometimes, and I only need a small little area if I'm building something that has numbered bags. So that's something to keep in mind. The entire set, I won't say Mills plate because it's not Mills standard, I guess, but it is up one layer of bricks, and then all the tiles are placed down after that. But it makes the build very sturdy. And once you have the garage built, you have a fair number of pieces left to decorate the interior with toolboxes and little things like that. So that was probably, that's when the build really comes together. So we've got the fire extinguisher over here, just in case you don't want any fires. And then you've got, a workbench and various toolboxes. You've got some spare tires over here. And also just a little toy truck on a shelf. I like those little details. I think that's really cool. There's actually 2 layers of windows here, and I actually put the window pane inserts, both of them towards the middle, and I think that makes it look, better from the outside and inside that they're facing each other instead of having them both that way or both one way. That's what I ended up doing. It actually doesn't really say in the instructions which way, it shows which way this side goes, but not the other. What I really like about these toolboxes is they're actually attached. They are, just attached to the build, so you can actually just pick this up, whole thing up and move it, and they're not just rolling around. And that wasn't something I expected, but once I realized that, I was like, whoa, that is really cool. I think even, this is on like a hinge, I believe. So even though it's a little, you can have it a little bit catty corner or something like that, it's not just gonna roll away. So I'll show how that works. If we pull one of these off, we've got, these are headlight bricks with the stud facing into the wall. And then you've just got these little brackets here and it just snaps right in. Let's see if I can do this one-handed. Yeah, okay, just like that. I love the little details here. You've got a vise, you've got what looks like drawers down here. You've got a fair number of tools that comes with this. So we can, if we start opening things up, there actually are tools inside. So you could leave some of these open if you wanted to. There's not a ton, but just those little details. Let's see if I can get these open. Seems like these doors are a little harder to open than official Lego, but it's fine. You can get them open. So I guess we've got an entire upper area of this just for the 4-way wrench. So we'll close that back up. I don't think, there are a few more tools down here. And oddly enough, I did have an extra tool. This is the extra pieces here. I've got like this mallet, and I didn't see it in the instructions, and I didn't see it in the parts list at the end of the instructions. So I don't know what that is. But yeah, just a couple little extra pieces there. And then we've got the lights up here. So that'd be really cool to get some small LEDs or something and actually have those light up. And now let's take a look at the door at the back here. Oh, you also have a little ramp. I kind of wish this was attached somehow. I guess the problem is that this is all built on a base plate and this is just plates. So the height doesn't, you actually can, there are ways to do it with I think you use headlight bricks and a couple other brackets or something. You can make it work. Maybe I could do that in the future, but it is what it is. It just kind of butts up against it like that. And that's just fine. So these open in 2 directions. I still haven't quite figured out the best way to order to open them in. It's a little harder with just one hand, but yeah, so they just fold in like that. You've got like this little piece here, and that keeps, you know, when they close, it keeps them from going in. And yeah, they work pretty good. So now that we've got them open, let's try a car out. I actually bought this car specifically for this video. I went to my local Bricks and Minifigs. This is the tag they had on it, 30 bucks. I think it's a like 40, 45, maybe even $50 set. I don't even know what promotion was going on, or if it was just because I'm a founding member of the store. I paid 20 bucks for it. So I thought that was a great deal. It is missing one piece. This should have the opposite over here. And there was one pin that was missing. No big deal. The only reason I even really realized that is because I took the entire thing apart and rebuilt it. It's possible I dropped those pieces. I have thought I've lost been missing pieces and then found them months later. So it definitely happens to the best of us. The reason I rebuilt it really is because the engine in the back here had some issues. It just kept getting locked up. I think some pieces had come loose. I mean, it looked like they had built it correctly. So yeah, went ahead and rebuilt it, but this isn't what the video is about. But yeah, let's just, so we're going to scrape a little bit on the, oh, come on. Okay. Yeah, but once we get going, it pulls right in, it fits right through the doors just fine. And I think the scale of this is not perfect, I guess, but to me, it's a good scale fit here. Although really, I think I'd prefer a system built car. As long as it was about this size, that's what I'd go with. So I definitely will be looking for, you know, the perfect system built car that would fit with this. I will say also, this is something, okay, earlier, yeah, not minifig scale at all. He's like, I can't reach the counter, but but I think it fits well with like these size cars. I'm not exactly sure what scale that is. I didn't really have an issue with any of the parts. I didn't have any malformed parts. I have had that in the past, and I've heard from others that they have too. From what I've heard, BlueBrixx is pretty good about getting replacements out and that kind of thing. It took a little bit of force to get all of the like 2x4 and larger bricks down, and then the plates on top. At one point, I set the entire thing on the floor upside down and like stepped on it. Or you can use, you know, a soft kind of mallet kind of thing or something. It took a little bit to get, you know, the little spaces out. You know, that drives me crazy if like there's a little bit of space between there. So I definitely try to get it secured as much as possible. But honestly, it wasn't that bad. It's just something that kind of bugs me. If I, you know, I might notice later, you know, when I'm editing all this, there's like, oh, those two bricks aren't perfectly together. You know, because the clutch power, I think, is a little bit stronger generally with third party. But that's not always a bad thing. I've actually had, I built a new Lego set the other night, and I wasn't satisfied with more than one piece, with the clutch power just not being enough. And it was like, what the heck is this, you know? So that is another reason I am in favor of third-party sets, because Lego just keeps raising the prices and seems to be lowering the quality over time, and that's really sad to see, as long as I've been a Lego fan for decades, you know? So as these companies, you know, as Lego lets me down, these companies are getting better and better. So that's really about all I can think to say. You know, it's a fairly simple set, but I think it's a good value. I don't remember the cost offhand. I should have looked at that. But you know, with BlueBrixx, you're generally going to pay €35 flat rate shipping to the US. But again, I bought two sets and they were both 40% off. So you kind of have to keep an eye out for those kind of things, and then it totally makes sense. And even without any discounts, sometimes even just buying one set, you're still saving money compared to buying an identical Lego set. You know, that's kind of the way I think about it. So huge thanks to the channel members for helping keep the lights on here. That's what helps pay for these reviews. I don't do any sponsorships or affiliate links or anything like that. It's all YouTube ad revenue and the channel members that help keep things going. So I definitely appreciate that. Be sure to join us in Discord. There's generally a pretty lively conversation about third-party sets there. Thank you all for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.